Hello everyone, this is April the 30th, last day of April. Tomorrow will be the 1st of May, can you imagine? Anyways, it's 5 p.m. I'm on the Dartmouth side today, out around Main Street area, and it is 7 degrees right now, which feels pretty good because there's not a lot of wind where I am. So we're gonna see where this trail leads us to. I'm not just sure, but I'm hoping I can walk back to Portland from this area where I am. We'll find out. I could be going the wrong direction. I'll see when I get up here. No, I think I might be going the right direction. Okay. Yes, I could have picked up the trail a little farther down there, but this is okay. This is going to work. All right. I've been wanting to do this walk for a while and just never got to it. Today I got my wife to drop me off out here, and I'll be walking towards home as I walk back. It was a beautiful weekend, except yesterday, the wind blew really hard and kind of cold. So even though we was at 9 or 10 degrees, it felt like about 5. It wasn't very nice at all. Today's a little better because the wind is not blowing. It's blowing, but not as bad as it was yesterday. Some kids taking their bicycles up the stairs. That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to walk up those stairs and over the highway and down the trail towards Main Street. And maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get all the right streets to get me back home. Okay, we'll see. A little more wind up here because I just came up out of a sheltered area down there. Now up here it's a little more windy, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm getting to do a walk that I wanted to do for quite some time and never got to it. But today, here we are. Oh, I see what they're doing. They got 2 bikes and they're heavy, and they got to take 2 guys to take it up the stairs. I think they're gasoline engines on the bicycles. What it looks like. Yeah. Looks like gas engines on these bikes. All right, we're going to go up the stairs and across this overpass. Yeah, let's just take a look down from here. There's the Plaza's areas over in there. And this is where I get off in the morning when my wife's on her way to work. We stop in here for coffee at Tim Hortons and continue on. But today, no coffee right now. All right, looking right down on the 111. All right. All right, we came through. right. Hopefully, I can pick up the trail on this side. If there's no trail, we'll walk the street. We'll find our way back one way or the other, okay. Which I'm not real familiar with these streets up here, so, but we'll figure it out as we go, all right? Pinhorn Drive. Okay, I've been on that before. And there's a little lake here. We'll see where we are. We might be somewhere down beside the... There's so many lakes here, you can't really tell just because you see a lake what lake it is. But I see the way to... If I go that way, I'd be going towards Portland. And Pinhorn Plaza is right over there on that side of the lake. So, all right, let's walk down to the park. I've never been in down here before, first time. First time of walking in this park. So if anybody wants to come over and enjoy this park, and they don't want to park on the street, which looks like it's okay, but you could park in one of the plazas over there, come across that bridge that I walked, and then go back over there to your car when you're done. But it looks like you can park right here. There's no signs say no parking or anything. So. And there's no exit past here. This turns right around here. It dead ends. So I'm hoping there's a trail out through here that will take me up to the Pinhorn Plaza. A little bit of wind blowing. It comes and goes, so bear with me if you hear a little bit of wind. Don't worry, it's temporary. I couldn't plug my microphone into my phone because I got my battery plugged in there, so there was only one plug, same plug for everything. The headphones, the charger, the battery, it all goes in my phone in the same spot, so it is what it is. Okay, let's see what this sign says here. Okay, this looks like a well-kept little park, and it's not really big. It's got some picnic tables and some benches. 70 Pinhorn Drive, Dartmouth. Let's see what it says. Same thing as always, the hours of operation, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. An emergency, call 911, and that's about it. Okay. That's standard for everywhere. Looks like they have washrooms here too as well. So that's always good. Let's see if they're open. Okay, we'll try the doors here. See if they leave the doors unlocked. I don't need to go to the washroom, but we're just going to check. No, they're locked. Okay. So that wouldn't help you if you needed to go to the washroom. That wouldn't help because they're locked. All right, we're going to walk right down this trail. Seems like I've been taking a lot of trails lately, don't I? But that's okay. If we take trails are interesting. I can drive down the road anytime. Trails are kind of interesting. Oh, it's windy here. I hope that the wind don't drown my voice out. Because it's still kind of breezy. It all depends on where you are, how bad the wind is. It's on my back now when I'm pointed this way. But unfortunately, I have to walk this way. So I will have to put up with the wind for a little bit. Hopefully not too long. It comes and goes. Right now it's kind of calm. Okay, I'm back. I forgot to erase some previous videos. And due to that, I ran out of storage. And my video making came to an end until I erased a few. So I erased some, and everything seems to be okay again. So here we are. I'm walking in the area of the Plaza. I'm kind of walking through the woods down here. I didn't even know there was a trail here. I'm just discovering it. I'm finding trails everywhere I go lately. I hope you enjoy these trail walks. I didn't even know this trail went through here, but here it is. It looks like it might be fairly new, maybe due to the construction up there. So people don't try to walk by where they used to go. They probably made this trail. That's what I figure, since all that construction going on. All right, so we know where we're going. I'm familiar with this neighborhood. I don't live too far from here. I don't like to give my actual location where I live out here because for obvious reasons, you never know who's watching, and most people are really good, I gotta say. Since we've come to Halifax, I haven't run into too many bad people. Most of them has been like 100%. They've been really great. So can't say anything about people. I can't say from experience, but it's just wise not to broadcast your location where you live. Because you never know, right? So I can say this is in my location where I live. This Plaza. Although I've never walked this trail because I didn't know it was here. Like I say, I think it's fairly new. And we'll see where it comes out. There's a bunch of construction going on up here where they're building new houses and things. See, they got a sign there, danger construction site, do not enter. And I didn't know it, but I would imagine there was a trail that came down here, but up there before. And they had to bring it down here because the construction. So that's what I'm thinking. And it ended up, it made a nice trail down here through the woods. Beautiful, beautiful trail. I don't know what that lake is called. I'm not sure. But this is a nice walk through here. Absolutely great. Construction site again. Do not enter. Beautiful through here. It won't be long and it'll be all filled in with leaves and you won't be able to see the lake because all these trees will have leaves on them and branches filled out. Well, these ones don't have any branches, so they won't be a problem, but I got a feeling when they made this trail, they cut the branches off those trees to make it so you could see good through here. Anyways, I'm enjoying this little trail and had no idea it was even here. But I'm not going to get lost because I know this area. And no matter where it comes out, I know how to get home. Unlike some parts of the city I don't know real well. It could be different, but here I won't be worrying about getting lost. I don't even know what this little lake is called. I have no idea. You could ride a bicycle here, down to here, no problem. Pretty well made walkway, I'd say. And I think it's fairly new. So I think it's quite safe to say this is quite new. More than likely, I'm dead on when I say it's built because of the construction up there on top of the hill. If this trail leads that way, I'll show you where all the houses and things are being built, apartment buildings, and just up there, right on top of the ridge. But I'm not going to walk up through the woods because you're not supposed to go there because due to the construction, it's supposed to stay down here. So we'll do what we're supposed to do. And this is going to be a great video. Because look, I'm out of the wind now. Down here in the woods, there's no wind. I'm out of the wind, free of the wind. I can walk and not worry about making a noise in my phone. Like I said, I have my microphone with me, but I can't use it. I've got my battery plugged in here. This phone is shot when it comes to battery. If I didn't have this spare battery, I wouldn't be able to use my phone for videos. That's how bad it is. Oops, just a minute, my line came out. I got to get it back in again. It came out, but it's still working anyway, so no big deal. There we go. I got it back in. I'm going to put it at a different location so it don't fall out again. There, that'll work better. Okay. Up and going again. No big deal. There we go. They're lining my camera back up. Well, this is a great trail down through here. Love it. Guess they didn't want to chop that tree down, so they put part of the trail on each side. This lake is going to be done with soon, and I imagine I'm going to be coming out to a street by the time I get to the end of this lake. And this pathway will be finished. We're almost to the end of this lake. You can see it right there. You can see through the bushes, through the trees. You see the end of this lake. It's right there. The other side is getting closer as we get to the end of the lake. And there will be houses over here in a street. So this trail is going to end soon. And then we'll be out on the street again. Hope you're enjoying this trail walk, and the whole video is not going to be about this trail, because this trail is going to end soon. I didn't even know it was here. Now look at that, I just discovered it. Anyways, now we know about it. I'll have to bring my wife over and show her this trail. We can walk it. Someday when she wants to take a walk in the summer when it's hot out, tell her I know a great trail we can take a walk on. You're sheltered from the sun. Had no idea this was here. We've lived here for, this August it'll be 5 years. And I didn't know this trail was here. I learned stuff all over the city and didn't know this trail was right here almost in our backyard. So that's that. Oh well. Just adjusting my jacket there. There we go. Well, as you can see, the lake has ended. And we're coming up onto the street. What street is it? I have no idea. But we'll find out. It's called Somerset. There's a town in Bermuda called Somerset. Well, where do we go from here? Let's see. I just want to get my bearings as to what streets are around here. So we'll walk down the corner. There's a bus stop here, which I won't be using that today because I'm walking. I don't think I need a bus today. Tomorrow is going to be a lot of rain. That's why I'm out today on Sunday making a video. Tomorrow is like 40 millimeters predicted for tomorrow. Oh, and there's that Pinhorn Road again. I could have come right down that road, but I guess I wouldn't have known about the trail, would I? If I would have come down that road. So there you go, Pinhorn Road. I don't know where it comes out. If I go that way, I don't know. But what do you say we explore? I know where it's going to go if it goes that way. I know exactly where that's going to go. So I think we should go this way. Well, that was a nice trail walk around that lake. It was very enjoyable, to say the least. All right, let's go this way. I know where we are. I can tell just by these hills and the streets that come over here and then the hills. And this is going to go down. I think it'll come out down by perhaps by the lake where they have the kayak races. Maybe. I'm thinking it might come out down there. If I go the other way, it'll come right out by Pinhorn Plaza and Sobeys. But I don't want to go that way because it might not be anything interesting. I won't go this way. Yes, I'm pretty much in my neighborhood, not quite, but almost. And I have walked parallel streets to this one. Not this one, but others that are parallel to it. Well, I'm glad I got my video straightened out. I got those old ones erased off. Now I got space again now to make videos. I got to remember to do that. That's happened to me a few times. I had to stop in the middle of a video and erase some previous ones so I could continue. But that's all right. These are things, minor things, right? Yeah. How's your weekend going? You enjoying your time off from work and maybe from school, maybe from university, whatever you do, your time off, enjoying that? As I've stated before, I have plenty of time because I'm retired. I moved here from Toronto almost 5 years ago. This August it'll be 5 years. Hard to believe we've been in Halifax for 5 years. And my wife is still working. She's a courier driver here now. Owns her own truck. She's doing really well. And that's great since I'm retired. That's working out really well. We're going to go down a steep hill shortly here. Look, this hedge has all been trimmed before the leaves come out on it. And when the leaves come out, the hedge will be all trimmed. I don't have to go through the leaves. It's just waiting for the leaves. And they're already started on it. If I work this out just right, I might be able to pass by Tim Hortons on Portland. And that way I can stop for a coffee before I go home. We'll see how that all goes, okay? I think I can work that out. Sarnia Avenue. I got a feeling a lot of these streets might be dead end streets. I'm not sure about that, but I wouldn't be surprised because there's some things in the way of here in Portland. Yep. I'm making that dog nervous. I seen him eyeing me, and he steered out around me. Because to him, I'm a threat. Maybe because I'm carrying this piece of equipment in my hand. Who knows what dogs are thinking, right? Well, I can see the highway over there. I'm not exactly sure where I'm at right now. But I know I have to go down this hill. And we get to the bottom, we'll take a left because the city's got to be over that way. I know I've seen that building before right there. Let's see what the sign says on it. I don't know if it's a school. Yeah, it's a school. It's called Alderney School. I've seen that street. I said that school before. But that still don't help for me to pinpoint my location. I won't be lost, but I think I know that building right over there. And I don't know if there's a trail down through here or not. We'll see. If not, I'm going to have to go in the opposite direction to get over there. I don't think there's a walkway through there, so we're going to have to go this way. Well, I'm going to get a long walk out of this. I could have shortened it up if I'd have gone the other way, but then that wouldn't have been no fun, would it? You wouldn't be discovering new places. This is uncharted territory for me. I have an idea where I am, but I'm just not quite sure of these streets right here. Well, I think it comes out on Prince Albert, if I'm not mistaken. We will see when we get down to the bottom. But that's what I'm thinking, this Prince Albert Street down here. If that's the case, we'll just walk in on Prince Albert. If that's not the case, then I'm not going to be real sure where I'm at. I see another walkway over some water and stuff. I hope I never came right back where I started out. That'd be funny. But I'm on the other side. I think that's the same bridge I walked across where the guys had the bikes with the engines on them. It looks like it, but I could be wrong, but I think so. So this turned out a little different than what I thought. But I'm learning. I'm learning with, you guys are learning with me. I've never walked down through here before. Very first time. And like I say, it'll soon be 5 years I've been here. And here I was in my, more or less in my neighborhood, but not so much now. As I'm up around Main Street area again, I believe. So we'll go this way. This got to take us out there somewhere. I know where we are. This is where there's a hotel down here, and this building is going up right next to the hotel. And then Prince Albert Street will be down there, and I can walk straight in Prince Albert and connect with Portland. And then I can walk up to Portland, sit in there and have a coffee for a bit, and then I can walk home from there. Okay, I got it all planned out. I'm not lost for very long. I'm just lost temporary because I don't recognize my surroundings. But now I completely know where I'm at. Because that building has been going under construction for more than 2 years. And it'll probably be another year before it's done. So I don't know why it's taken so long. Maybe it stopped while COVID was on. I don't know. Not sure. My wife and I stayed in the hotel right up here 1 year on our anniversary. We just wanted to sneak away and spend that time, just me and my wife. So we came up here to the hotel and stayed. I think it was just one night. I don't think it was a whole weekend. I think we just stayed one night, the night of our anniversary. We do different things every year, but we always celebrate our anniversary in some way. See, there's Prince Albert Road. Did I not tell you it was Prince Albert down here? Ha! Don't doubt me. Okay. Little humor there. I know sometimes my humor is hard to find, but nevertheless, there we are. 335 Prince Albert Road. It's not that far from here into Portland. It's a bit of a walk, but it's not that bad. Walking is good for you. I'm not gonna mind walking because walking's good. Especially if you're used to working all the time, and then when you're retired, you tend to, sometimes people tend to not keep moving when they're retired. I gotta say, I don't lift heavy stuff like I did when I was working, but I certainly do a lot of walking. So I guess that kind of makes up for it a little bit. Do lots of walking, but not too much heavy lifting. And I do some heavy lifting. Depends if there's something to lift, but not necessarily all the time. But things here and there throughout my week might lift, but I certainly do a lot of walking. We'll see how many steps it'll be when I get home tonight. No doubt it'll be more than 10,000. But we don't know for sure how many, so we'll see. All right, let's get in here to our old neighborhood. There used to be a Robin's Donuts in here, which is closed now, because I came by here one day, probably about a month ago, maybe no more, and it was closed. It was closed right up. Right now, I'll show you where it is, right just down the road here. You'll see where it was, and it's all closed up. Well, most of the Robins closed anyways, and so there was one of the last ones. The only one I know of that was doing good was in New Brunswick. If I think of the town where that was. You can cross the Main there, and there's a Robin Donuts there. I'm just trying to think of the town. There's the hotel right there where I stayed a couple of years ago on our anniversary. Right there. All right. I'll show you where the Robin's Donuts was. Yeah, funny, I can't remember the name of that town. It doesn't matter. It's a town in New Brunswick, right across the water from St. Stephen. Or St. Stephen might be the town, across the water from Maine. It could be St. Stephen. That might be it. That's probably the town I'm trying to think of, St. Stephen. Yeah, I think that might be it. All right, here's where Robin Donuts was. Gone, where Robin Donuts was. Probably for a lot of years. When we came here, there was a Robin Donuts on Portland. And it closed the next day. We got here on Saturday. And I walked down the bottom of the hill, and I saw some people that looked like they were sitting outside of Robin Donuts, but it looked like it might be open. And the next day I saw a sign on Robin Donuts in Portland saying it's closed. So there you go. Now this one's closed. And if you look real good at the sign, you can see where it used to say Robin's Donuts. Right there. Right, it was gone. Yeah, that was. I think that's what I was trying to say with St. Stephen. They had a Robin's Donuts there that was really, really doing good. When I was driving a truck, I used to go out through that way and stop at St. Stephen, stop at Robin's Donuts. Because there was something like an arena, a school or an arena or something almost across the road from it. And I could park my truck and the trailer, everything right in there, and walk across the street to Robin's, buy coffee, come back out and keep on going. And I don't know if that one's still going or not. It's hard to say. It could be, but might not be. So here we are at Lake Bannock, Paddler's Cove. We're at Lake Bannock, the beginning of it, right here. Beginning of Lake Bannock. Hopefully it's not too windy down here, I'm hoping. No more trails today, I promise. We're going to stick to the street now. Somebody got a little business there of renting bicycles, e-bikes, fat tire and stand-ups. Can rent them right there. Good way to try it out to see if it's something you'd like. Before you put the money out to buy one, you can try it out. If it's fun, get one. If it's not fun, then forget about it. Over the course of my life, I've had 4 motorcycles. My biggest one was a Goldwing 1100. I had that quite a few years ago now. I rode it up to Ontario when we were up there 15 years, so you can figure out how old that bike was. It would be over, and we've been back here 5. That would make it 20, but it wasn't brand new when I bought it, so that bike would be pretty old right now if you saw it. It's probably not running anymore. I would imagine it's sitting in a junkyard somewhere, or somebody got it in their garage, hanging on to it. Might be that might be the case too. Lake Bannock, right there. Won't be long until I'm talking about the races again. I think that's it late in the year, though. It's not right away. It's later in the year. Are you enjoying this walk today? Yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it. I learned a few things today that I didn't know. I didn't know a lot of this area. Now I'm in my familiar area again now. For a while there, I wasn't really sure where I was going to come out. I'm pretty much where I thought I was going to come out, but not exactly. Oh, I think I'm going to lose my sidewalk right here. I have to cross the street, I'm pretty sure. There's where I thought I was going to come out, that hill right there. Come down here and be opposite Lake Bannock. But no, I was a little bit off on that one. But I got to get across the street because there's no sidewalk over here. So it's a little windy. Hopefully it's not too bad. All right, there we go. We'll go right down on the sidewalk. Bike trail. It's a bike trail or a sidewalk, whatever you want to be. There, let's just stand here for a minute, look out across Lake Bannock. And the highway's right over there. Well, we came down the hill. The highway, you see the cars go by over there? All right, here we go. Continue on. Continuing on. There's some steep hills right over there. That one and next one. I see some ducks down there in the water. See the sun glaring off the lake over there. It's almost time for our leaves. There's tiny ones. Look at that tree right there. There's tiny leaves on it. Can you see them? There are leaves on them. They're just not that big yet. But it's almost time. 1st of May tomorrow. It's pretty much time for the leaves to be popping out. They've had their leaves down in New York, been on the trees now for a couple of weeks. But we're always a little later up here because they're a little bit warmer than we are. See, the thing about Halifax, we're sticking right out here into the ocean, and we get a lot of wind. But it's a little cooler in the summer. You don't get as hot of days as you would up in Toronto or Montreal. It's cooler here because of the wind off the ocean. But you make up for it in the winter. In the winter, when they're freezing in Montreal and minus 30, and Toronto's got minus 30, 35, sometimes 40, we got like minus 10. Because we get the currents coming up the coast from down south, and they keep our temperatures mild in the winter. Look, there's a lunatic going there on a motorcycle. That's not a good idea to drive a motorcycle like that on a public road. Not at all, not at all. Yeah. Why would anybody ever think that would be a good idea to drive a bike like that on public road? I don't know. Oh, let's take the walkway, the wooden walkway here. This is always nice, right down by the water. Lake Bannock. We'll soon be past Lake Bannock now, just a little bit more. We'll be beyond that. Then beyond Lake Bannock, we have Sullivan's Pond down here. And we're making our way down towards Portland Street. And I am definitely stopping at Tim Hortons for a coffee before I go home. My wife and I, we spend almost all our spare time together. But today, due to the fact it's going to rain most of the week, and tomorrow's going to rain really hard, I thought I would squeeze another video in today. I got Mondays covered, but this one will be for Wednesday. And that means I don't have to go out in some of that rain that we're going to get this week. And I erased some videos off my phone. I'm hoping I didn't erase the one for tomorrow. I'm hoping. That happened before. But I got today's. If I accidentally erased it, I got today's. We'll have to figure out something for the rest of the week, but hopefully I didn't. I didn't erase too many. I just erased enough to make some space. I don't think I touched the ones I had for tomorrow. This is a nice little walkway right along beside the lake here. And this cement part looks new right here. I would say that was just done this year maybe. By the looks of it, it looks pretty fresh. And a new bench, that bench looks new too. In memory of Art and Betty Russell, longtime supporters of paddling and the Bannock Canoe Club. Okay, so I think that was, all these benches are probably put on here as memorials for people. This cement definitely looks new. And those benches look like they're new as well, but I'm not sure. What's what this one say? Dartmouth, City of Lakes. Paddling lives here. The Jew family and the Keene family. And this one doesn't have a name. Looks like a little bit older. And this one has a plaque on it. It depends. Somebody paid money to do that and pay for a bench. And memory and loving memory of Don and Jean Ring, participants, parents, and supporters of paddling. Aren't these great? You can come down here in the summer and just sit here. and look out over the water. Wonderful. Great way to pass some time on a summer day. And just up there on that hill is where they built the new bleachers for the races. People can sit up there and watch the races down here from up in those bleachers. Before, all we had was those ones you see right there. But then they built those one there. They just finished them up last year. They haven't been there that long. Yeah, and they got the grass planted now. It was all mud up there and hard to walk last year. And now it's all completed. Sitting there waiting for people to use this year. Pretty quiet around here today because it's Sunday. Not super busy. Yeah, not much going on right now. Summer season hasn't begun yet. This is just early. We got May yet to get through before the actual summer holidays will begin. There's a good look at the bleachers up there that they built. The top ones are brand new. They built those last year. The bottom ones right here was all they had before. So it makes quite a difference having all those bleachers up there. And if you get industrious for some exercise, you can walk up the trails and walk up that hill, which I've done a few times. May 13th, there's a Seaside FM dance. So I guess they're getting their music off of Seaside, which is, they play older music. And maybe some personnel from the FM station are going to be here, perhaps. What I would get out of that sign. And that park, I never noticed, whoops, I better stay the other way. I got bicycles coming behind me here. No, I guess I don't have bicycles. I got people walking. I just caught a glimpse of the corner of my eye. I thought I had bicycles coming, but it was just people. That park is called Silver's Hill Park. Whoops. There we go. I got to straighten my lens up here a little bit. There we are. Okay. We're going to have a nice long video by the time I get done here. I had a short piece and then I stopped it and I got 49 minutes so far on this piece. So we're going to have a good size video here. I'm going to cross the road right here because it's going to be better on the other side. All right, I'll go across. I pushed the button, so hopefully the lights are flashing. Yep, they are. Okay. Now we'll go this side. Because I'm going to take a shortcut before I get all the way to Portland. I can take a little side street here and get a shortcut to Tim Hortons. And that'll save me a little bit of time. You know, dogs are pretty smart. When they see you holding something in your hand like I am here, they tend to get a little uneasy because they think that's something that could do them harm, but it won't. But they think that things like that, right? Because they see that and they know that's not normal for a person to have something in their hand held up in the air. So they get a little afraid of it. I know, I see it in the dogs' faces when they meet me. They're looking at that, and a little bit of fear. And whereas people, we all know what this is. The kids do, man, oh man, the kids before they go to school know what these things are. I was doing a video once maybe last summer, maybe the summer before. I was walking by the library. It was on a Sunday. And there was a man with a couple of kids with him. There's a little boy there, about, I don't know, he might have been 6, maybe. And he ran over to me and he said, he wanted to know all about this. He knew what it was. He knew it was a gimbal. And he knew what I was doing. What I was videoing. And I said, just stuff around Halifax. And do you want to know, can he be in it? So I said, sure. So he got in my video. And he was real happy. And I told him what I went by Halifax Walker. And he could look it up in a couple of days and see it. But you can't fool the kids on electronics, man. They're growing up with it. They're growing up with it. By the time they're in grade 1, they probably know more about their phone than I do. Because their minds are sharp. Time you're my age, your mind isn't as sharp as it was when you're a teenager or younger. So these young kids, they're very alert and very knowledgeable on electronics and that kind of stuff. My son is a sound technician, and he knows a lot about phones and computers too. He had a different soundboard this week than the one he's used to, because that one's getting sent away for repairs. And so they were working on another one, but he didn't have any trouble with it. That was quite easy for him. And there's Lake Binook. We're just coming up to it. Downtown Dartmouth, the sign right there says. All right, I'm going to cross right now while the light's red, but I'm going to cross because we got a crosswalk. We got a walking sign anyway. So. I might have jaywalked, but that's okay. Well, I'll soon be back to Tim Hortons. I'm getting handy. Well, this was a nice walk out here tonight for sure. Really enjoyed it. We had a little bit of wind, but I don't think it was enough to bother things too much. I say another 5 minutes and we'll be, this video will be ending. I think we can walk down to my destination in 5 minutes from here. I see regular gas is 154.9. Well, it's a lot better than where it was. Could come a little more yet though, but still not bad. All right, I need to cross the street right here. And we'll walk down this side. Let's have a look at my timer. 1. Oh, I think I'm over my hour. Looks like 1:02 or something. That means I've gone over my hour on this walk. For those of you who like nice long walks, you might enjoy this video tonight. Tomorrow, this will be up on Wednesday. And you're watching it, it'll be Wednesday. Tonight is Sunday, but if all goes well, I didn't erase my Monday video. So that one will be up tomorrow, which will be Monday, and then this one you'll see it on Wednesday. And I got to get out in the elements and make one for Friday, because I try to put them out on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I know some video makers have one every day, but I got other things I like to do as well. So I am devoted to making videos, but also I have to juggle my life with other things that are necessary. So I've decided to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for videos. Which I won't be going out on Wednesday, because on Wednesday it will be the 3rd of May, and I have a previous commitment to go to a senior's home and play my guitar and help out there for an hour or so. So that's where I will be on Wednesday. I see a husky. He looks like he's not even fully grown yet, or almost, but he's frisky. He's just a young one, still frisky, and he's a frisky looking husky. My stepson in Ontario has a husky. He's had him a while now, but he's used to be like that one right there. He used to be like really young, frisky, and big and ready to go. Okay, this road right here, I should have stayed on the other side of the street, because this is the side I need to be on. Pleasant Street, Prince Albert and Pleasant. I need to take Pleasant Street, but we're going to wait till this car goes first before we walk out. And there we go. Now, over to Pleasant Street. And the next turn I make will be Tim Hortons. As we walk around downtown Dartmouth. Well, we never went right downtown on Portland, but we are downtown. And I'll be ending my video right here at Tim Hortons, because it's already getting quite long. And so I'm going to end it right here. As soon as I get to the roadway going into Tim Hortons, I'm going to end my video, okay? Let's look at my time here again now. Yeah, I'm well over the hour now. I'm an hour and, well, it's showing an hour and 4 minutes right here, but I had a piece before where I turned it off and turned it back on, so it could be an hour and 20 minutes by now. It was a long video. If you hung in to the end, that's great. Let me know in the comments if you hung right in here to the end of this video, or if you had to stop because it was too long. I try to go 45 minutes, maximum an hour. But sometimes I'm on a long walk and you can't walk it in an hour. I could have turned it off, but I thought I might as well leave it going until I get back. And that's what I did. All right, this little driveway goes right down to Tim Hortons. So there we are. If you enjoyed this video, you can push that like button. That'd be great. If you are already a subscriber, I thank you for signing up to our channel and becoming a subscriber. And if you're not yet a subscriber, there's not much to it. Just push that subscribe button and you'll get all my videos and you won't miss a thing. And there is a, I hardly ever use it, what do they call that? Another button there, but oh well. I don't use it anyway. I don't even talk about it much, so whatever it's called, we'll get back to that, okay? Because I don't use it, so it's hard to remember what that was called. Anyway, I'm not real technical. I just know enough to get by. And anyway, with that, I hope you're having a real nice day. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.